Hi everyone and welcome along to another episode in this series for the Adidas Rising Sun Pack Rugby Specific Boot Review Series. My name is Eddie RugbyObsessedBloke Gardener. If it's been a while since you last saw my face and have heard this voice on this channel, it's because I've been busy planning my 18th birthday, which was on the 17th of February 2019, and I haven't had another chance to update my channel yet and post more videos to it. Right now though, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you a pair of the brand spanking new Adidas Kakari X Kevlar SG from the recently introduced and also brand spanking new Rising Sun Pack in this all-new colorway of Legend Ink, Aero Blue, and Shock Cyan. These rugby boots that we're about to take our first looks at are a great pair of rugby boots that would definitely get the front rowers on their feet in the scrums more easily than anyone thanks to their impressive 8-stud soft ground version. Since I can tell that you're too excited by the way you're all watching this, we'd better get into this video right now, because I'm really looking forward to doing this review as well. I hope that you enjoy it. If you're that forward player in your rugby team wanting to get that extra grip and go just that extra mile on the pitch, then these rugby boots, the brand spanking new Adidas Kakari X Kevlar SG boots from the all-new Rising Sun Pack in the also brand spanking new colorway of Legend Ink, Aero Blue, and Shock Cyan. This is a colorway that will surely get you driving from one side of the rugby pitch to another, and even the 6-stud configuration works well. The stud configuration meets the same standards on these boots as the previous versions. Ever since the Kakari X Kevlar SG boot line has launched, it has proven to be a real improvement over the previous Adipower Kakari lines, and the models from the Kakari X Kevlar SG boot lines have had so much different technology compared to earlier Kakari models. They also provide much more stability for their wearers than any other rugby-specific boot made primarily for forwards on the market. Adidas rugby boots even sound more comfortable compared to other rugby-specific boots made for forwards from other brands. Some other examples of other brands making these types of rugby-specific boots today include 3 of the original rugby boot brands such as Gilbert, Canterbury, and Mizuno. Both Gilbert and Canterbury primarily focus on rugby equipment rather than just making equipment for all of the other ball sports. These boots are a must for any hardcore rugby fan, and if you're giving someone who loves rugby a gift, then these would certainly be a great gift for them. Powering the players in the engine room, lace up a pair of these Adidas Kakari X Kevlar SG rugby boots in Legend Ink, Aero Blue, and Shock Cyan. These boots feature an advanced sock construction that provides greater protection and support around the ankle. Players will also notice the addition of Kevlar registered in these Kakari boots, a strong material which drastically improves the boot's strength and stability, enabling players to dominate at scrum time. Underneath, a lightweight and tough wearing outsole give the wearer quick acceleration thanks to the combination of removable metal and molded studs, perfect for bilateral movements on natural soft ground pitches. A single molded blade helps maintain grip, perfect for those slippy conditions. In a Legend Ink, Aero Blue and Shock Cyan look, designed for Type 5 players, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These boots come as part of the Rising Sun Pack inspired by the location for the Rugby World Cup 2019, Japan, the land of the rising sun. Japan was named so as it was the country seen to be the closest to the rise of the sun. The pack is designed for every player who is dreaming of playing at the RWC19, players who are ready to brighten up the game, excite, energize and bring new life to rugby. This pack allows the wearers to make the statement: this is who we are, this is where we came from, and this is where we're going. Soft Ground, SG, for soft muddy surfaces. Make sure you lace up a pair of these Adidas Kakari X Kevlar SG rugby boots. Feel free to give yourself enough time to grab a pair of these great rugby boots for an incredible $252 New Zealand dollars and 57 cents from lovelrugby.co.uk while you can. I'll let you know when these have been posted to my online store very soon, so don't you even think about panicking, because they'll be there before you know it, and let me tell you, I'll be getting plenty of pairs of them in stock. The Adidas Kakari Rising Sun Pack range of rugby-specific boots. Fine-tuned for the forwards, speed, power, control and maximum scrum domination. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Just quickly before I begin to close this video down, since there are no differently colored pairs of the Adidas Kakari X Kevlar SG rugby boots from the Rising Sun pack to introduce to you, here's a pair of the recently released Adidas Kakari Light SG rugby boots from the Rising Sun pack, which we'll be looking at hopefully sometime in the next couple of weeks. You can purchase these great boots from RugbyObsessedBloke for one of the most amazing prices yet of $203 New Zealand dollars and 83 cents. They are now 35 New Zealand dollars marked off of their original retail price of 271 New Zealand dollars and 77 cents. I will let you know when these boots have been posted to my online store very soon, so don't you even bother to panic. Enjoy the last few rolling photos of this video, and I'll catch you next time for another episode in this thrilling Adidas Rising Sun Pack Rugby specific boot series right here at my Dunedin-based studio on RugbyObsessedBloke, the power behind rugby. Goodbye for now and see you soon. Hi, this is your one and only host Eddie RugbyObsessedBloke Gardener here, and welcome along to the penultimate episode in this series for the Adidas Rising Sun Pack Review series. Today we'll be looking at something a little similar to what we have looked at in the past, but it's just a different colorway to all the other pairs from the different ranges. Today we'll be looking at the brand spanking new Adidas Kakari Light SG boots, which are taken from the Rising Sun pack in the also brand spanking new colorway of Legend Ink, Shock Cyan, and Aero Blue. These are as worn by the current Otago Under-19 look for 2019, Cullen Heather, who is not only a great player in my rugby team, but is also a very good friend of mine as well. Even though there are only a few pairs of these boots left at lovelrugby.co.uk under this name, I know now that it's time to get straight into this review because I know you guys will be waiting, so remember to sit tight and strap yourself in. And here's just one last message to my viewers: don't you dare even think about going anywhere. I do hope that you enjoy this review. Let's get into it. What's a better choice to make for a pair of rugby boots for a flanker or a tight 5 player than these boots, the brand spanking new Adidas Kakari Light SG rugby boots in Legend Ink, Shock Cyan and Aero, and taken from the also brand spanking new Rising Sun pack, which has a name inspired by the Rugby World Cup for 2019, which is to be located in Japan, the country that is known to be the land of the rising sun. The first and most recent time that I ever traveled to Japan was in August 2014 for the NZJPN Club Rugby Tournament, which my first ever rugby team, Most Geel Southland RFC's 2014 squad was part of. The tournament was hosted for 3 days, from August 15th to August 17th, with a total of 18 matches. Most Geel Southland, however, remained unbeaten thanks to the immense abilities of standout players like myself, right-winger Joan Mason and fullback Daniel Johnston. Even though they're long gone, these 3 days will be forever etched in my memory, to go with my 2 high school formals, which were both held at the Glenroy Auditorium in Dunedin on the 8th of July 2018 for the first and the 7th of July 2018 for the second and last, as well as my graduation assembly at school last year, which happened on the 2nd of November 2018. Here's more great news, and it's that the former Most Geel Southland RFC representatives Joan Mason and Daniel Johnston themselves are not dead. They are still playing rugby for local Dunedin clubs and previously represented the first 15 last year and the year before at the St Charles College, who have never played my old school Bayfield High School's rugby teams in their lives. These rugby boots, however, are as worn by Otago Under-19 look for 2019, Cullen Heather, who one day is looking at designing and customizing his own pair. He has come up with his own ideas yet, but he's just not sure which way to go and which point to start at. He probably would choose these in the end. Enforce yourself on the game when you lace up a pair of these Adidas Kakari Light SG rugby boots blue. Designed for rugby players at the heart of the action, breaking up play with crucial tackles and darting into key positions, these Adidas rugby boots feature innovative superlight technology within that provides a great balance between control and speed to help you keep driving your team forward up the pitch. Combine the lightweight tough-wearing upper with the low-cut sock design, giving players the explosive power they need to be the first to the breakdown. Featuring a genuine leather toe box, there's plenty of comfort as the power outsole improves traction and acceleration thanks to the combination of molded and metal screw-in studs. In a Legend Ink, Shock Cyan and Aero Blue design, these boots are designed for the back row players, numbers 6, 7 and 8. These boots come as part of the Rising Sun pack inspired by the location for the Rugby World Cup 2019, Japan, the land of the rising sun. Japan was named so as it was the country seen to be the closest to the rise of the sun. The pack is designed for every player who is dreaming of playing at the RWC19, players who are ready to brighten up the game, excite, energize and bring new life to rugby. This pack allows the wearers to make the statement: this is who we are, this is where we came from and this is where we're going. Soft Ground, SG, for soft muddy surfaces. Make sure you lace up a pair of these Adidas Kakari Light SG rugby boots. Also make sure that you pick up a pair of these great rugby boots from lovelrugby.co.uk for an incredible price of $213.40 and from my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for another incredible price of $199 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. What great prices these are, and they are surely guaranteed not to break the bank. Another great thing from me is that they're 100% sure to look good on your feet. Stay tuned as we'll be taking some quick sneak peeks at two differently colored versions of these boots from the previous Adidas Dual Instinct pack, one in High-Res Aqua, Shock Yellow and Core Black, and the other in Core Black, Shock Yellow, and High-Res Aqua. Keep watching. This right here is the High-Res Aqua, Shock Yellow and Core Black version of these boots from the Dual Instinct pack that we previously looked at last year in December. This version is exactly the same as the one that we previously looked at, but just different colors. You can pick yourselves up a pair of these while you can from lovelrugby.co.uk for a great price of $154 New Zealand dollars and 88 cents. That's $154 New Zealand dollars and 88 cents. The last few pairs are selling out fast at my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz for $105 New Zealand dollars and 76 cents, so be sure to quit whatever it is that you're doing online, even if it's homework, and get in quick, because it is with deep sadness that I won't be stocking them anymore, and that once they're gone, they're gone. They look great on your feet and the design would really make you feel like the one who's standing out on the pitch. If I was you, I'd better grab them while you can. Because it's best not to hesitate when it comes to thinking about buying anything, because if you haven't purchased a pair of these boots before they're gone, and that there are only certain sizes left in this colorway, you'll be sorry for yourself when you find out that you've missed out in the end. The Adidas Kakari Rising Sun Pack and Dual Instinct Pack ranges of rugby-specific boots. Fine-tuned for the forwards, speed, power, control and maximum scrum domination. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Just before I close this video down, I have one last thing to show you, especially for those who haven't seen it before. This right here is the Core Black, Shock Yellow and High-Res Aqua version of these boots from the Dual Instinct pack, which you can pick up from lovelrugby.co.uk for $154 New Zealand dollars and 64 cents. This is the version as worn by the Otago Under-18 lock for 2018, Cullen Heather. It's exactly the same as the two previous versions that we looked at earlier on in this video, but is just different colors. I forgot to mention that you can also get the option to add an embroidered flag as well for $9 New Zealand dollars and 67 cents, and this means that when I did this with my rugby boots, a pair of the Malice SG in Shock Yellow, Core Black and High-Res Aqua that I purchased from Pro Direct Rugby in January of this year, I made them mine. This version of the Kakari Light SG from the Dual Instinct pack, however, can still be purchased from my online store at RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz, and the price is 96 New Zealand dollars and 75 cents, but there is strictly limited stock of these pairs left, so get in quick because I'm not stocking anymore, And once they sell out, they're sold out. Enjoy the last few rolling photos of this video. A very good bye for now, and I'll catch you same time, same place, and possibly next week, for our final episode in the Adidas Rising Sun Pack Rugby Specific Boot Review Series, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you then. Hi. Welcome along to the 6th and final episode of this series for the Adidas Rising Sun Pack Rugby Specific Boot Reviews. I'm your one and only host, Eddie RugbyObsessedBloke Gardner, and today, we've made it. Today's the day where I'll be showing you two different pairs of rugby specific boots named the Kakari SG and the Kakari Elite SG, each in this fantastic new colorway of Aero Blue, Legend Ink, and Shock Cyan. Right now at lovelrugby.co.uk there is only one size left of the Kakari SG boots and 3 of the Kakari Elite SG boots, so if you want your pair then now is the time to make a purchase, or you'll miss out. These boots are as worn by much of the Type 5 of the Otago Under-19 team this year. What a fantastic season this has been for rugby boot reviewing, and I can't wait to introduce you all to the next set, which will hopefully be coming out in the lead up to the Rugby World Cup in Japan, which has since become one of my favorite holiday destinations since the day after I last left there in 2014, after returning from my first NZJPN Club Rugby tournament, where it was my second full year representing the Most Geel Southland Rugby Football Club. After I left that club, I have since moved on to play in the Otago teams that over the past 4 years have featured notably young men my own age or above. Apologies if I've been talking for far too much and too long, because that's not anyone's fault. It'd be mine. I love talking about the good old days of my rugby career from the past, but now it's time for me to get started, so in the meantime, sit tight, strap yourselves in and stay focused, because this review will be a cracker. I hope that you enjoy it. These rugby boots are a top-quality pair specifically built for literally the 3 strongest men both in the teams and on the field, the loose head props, the hookers, and the tight head props. They are a great choice of boot to that someone who is looking for a top-quality pair of rugby-specific boots at an affordable price. They are pretty much the same as the Kakari Elite SG boots and the Kakari X Kevlar SG boots, all of which are in similar colorways to this pair, and taken from the Rising Sun pack. They are more of a takedown version compared to the professional-looking editions but still would work just as good, despite a much lower cost. These boots are as worn by a certain few of the representatives playing as Type 5 forwards of the Otago Under-19 Razorbacks team for this year. So if you're after a top-quality pair of rugby-specific boots just like these then make sure that it's time to look no further than a pair of these Adidas Kakari SG rugby boots taken from the brand spanking new Rising Sun pack, which has a name inspired by the location of the Rugby World Cup for 2019, Japan, aka the land of the rising sun. In my own words I've found out that the Type 5 forwards from the Under-19 Otago team love these boots so much that they'll never, ever want to switch to wearing other pairs of rugby boots from other brands and of different kinds. Enforce yourself upon on the game when you lace up a pair of these Adidas Kakari SG rugby boots in Aero Blue, Legend Ink, and Shock Cyan. These Adidas rugby boots have been designed for rugby players at the heart of the action, breaking up play with crucial tackles and darting into key positions. Designed for scrummaging and forward play, the boots feature a TPU plate to help keep your foot stable during aggressive cuts. With a 4x2 stud formation featuring screw-in metal studs ensures you get plenty of grip whilst playing on natural soft ground pitches. These tools for the job come in an Aero Blue, Legend Ink and Shock Cyan design that will please the flashiest of players. These boots come as part of the Rising Sun pack inspired by the location for the Rugby World Cup 2019, Japan, the land of the rising sun. Japan was named so as it was the country seen to be the closest to the rise of the sun. The pack is designed for every player who is dreaming of playing at the RWC19, players who are ready to brighten up the game, excite, energize and bring new life to rugby. This pack allows the wearers to make the statement: this is who we are, this is where we came from and this is where we're going. Soft Ground, SG, for soft muddy surfaces. Make sure you can be the one to change the game when you lace up these Adidas Kakari SG rugby boots. You can pick up a pair of these great rugby boots from lovelrugby.co.uk for the most amazing price of 38 New Zealand dollars and 51 cents. But be aware that there's only one size left of this type, 9.5, so if you want a pair of these, then get in quick, because they ain't going to last long. The Adidas Kakari Rising Sun Pack range of rugby-specific boots. Fine-tuned for the forwards, speed, power, control and maximum scrum domination. Adidas Rugby. Proud sponsor of RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. This right here is the Elite SG version of the Kakari boots from the Rising Sun pack, and in this amazing new colorway of Aero Blue, Legend Ink, and Shock Cyan, which you can purchase from lovelrugby.co.uk for the most amazing price of 77 New Zealand dollars and 32 cents. But be aware that there are only 3 pairs of this type left in stock, 8, 9 and 9.5. This pair is pretty much the same as the one that we previously looked at, but just contains the added grip elements on the boot, but still there's super sturdy sole plate and 8-stud configuration for maximum grip on soft ground, just like the version that we previously looked at. This type of stud configuration ensures that the players can keep comfortable, even on soft, wet muddy ground surfaces, and gives you the grip to help keep you stable enough to play in atrocious weather conditions. Stay tuned as we'll be moving on to looking at the standings of each boot from the Adidas Rising Sun pack, so stick around and don't go anywhere, because the last part of the video and for the series for the Adidas Rising Sun pack reviews for rugby-specific boot reviews is going to be unmissable by 100%. Keep watching. Right now, we're into the standings of each boot from the Adidas Rising Sun pack. In first place, on a total of 4,620 points, and for the winning pair, we have the Predator Malice Control SG. In second place, on a total of 4,551 points, we have the Predator Flare SG. Next up, in third place, on a total of 4,233 points, we have the Malice SG. Next up, in fourth place, on a total of 3,855 points, we have the Kakari X Kevlar SG. Next up, in fifth place, on a total of 3,825 points, we have the Kakari Light SG. And lastly, for the losing pair, sadly, on a total of 3,800 points, we have the Kakari SG. Well, it is almost time for me to go. But before I do, here's some last few words. Finally, we have made it to the conclusion for what has been a thrilling finale of the series for the Adidas Rising Sun pack, named after the land of the rising sun, Japan, the host nations for the Rugby World Cup 2019. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have enjoyed this series as much as I have. It's always an honor for me to be the star of the show for these kinds of videos, so I would like to spread out some huge thanks to those who managed to watch the past series and take part in them, because your input is greatly appreciated. For more information on how to purchase a copy of the Adidas Rising Sun Pack Rugby Specific Boot Reviews DVD, head online to my website now at the one and only home of all my self-produced merchandise, www.RugbyObsessedBloke.co.nz. Keep in mind that you can also pick up pairs of these boots that we just looked at from there as well. Once again, Thanks so much for watching this video and the whole series, and I'll see you next time as we move on to looking at two brand spanking new rugby specific boot packs from Adidas, the Horizon pack and the All Blacks pack. The latter would most certainly have been crafted and blacked out partially for the All Blacks, except the exteriors of the studs must be orange. So, until then, you take care, stay safe for those traveling out on the road, and I'll see you soon.